My magazine poster and trailer all use conventions to make it appear more realistic and to send a clear message to my target market what the genre is and what it is about. Conventions that I have followed are slasher conventions to represent a clear genre to my target market. Throughout my planning, I researched this genre and I've noticed that certain aspects from different institutions such as Dimension Films and the Weinstein Company. The Weinstein Company has worked with many institutions to provide their audience with many genres of film, and I found that they were the same or similar to each other, to signal to the potential audience that the genre is slasher. Some conventions that I have found out from my planning I have used on my poster. For example, the main image, as I found that the posters that I looked at displayed the protagonist or the main character, and so I replicated this idea and portrayed the main character on my poster to follow conventions. For example, Scream, Prom Night, and Stage Fright. To follow slasher genre conventions, blood is commonly displayed, and I followed this convention as it also reveals more to us about her character, as the protagonists, for example, are shown in posters such as Raw Cut, where we can see her panicked and we can see the bloodshed. I have also followed media conventions by using similar cinematography such as lighting, as the lighting was low-key and gloomy, which is used to represent danger as she is looking into the distance and looks terrified, connoting that something is in the distance and is covered by the darkness and that they should be afraid of the upcoming events. A black background was used in the screen poster that I analysed as part of my planning to gather information about existing media products. I have placed my tagline at the top of the page as this will correlate to the image and stand out as it segregates from the other text on the page, which is often used amongst this genre. My institutional information and billing block is placed at the bottom of the page along with the release date and website details, as this is a conventional place for most film genres on their posters. The institutional logos are also placed in this area, as this will encourage people to watch the film as they may recognise the logo and acknowledge other films that were made by this company. Other films that use these techniques are Friday the 13th and Slasher. I have challenged conventions on my poster to make it more unique. For example, I have not included the murder prop, which was a knife, which is commonly used to show the action of how it is used. For example, Hellbent and Stage Fright. Hellbent, which is a horror/slasher movie, and it displays a knife to the eye, connoting that the man is a victim through the use of this ideology. But I have not used this on my poster as I have decided not to include a weapon, but I've shown the expression of fear. Throughout my media products, I have also challenged conventions by the main image not directly addressing the audience, as she is looking into the blank space on the page to connote how the dark colour can suggest that there is someone hidden. I have decided to do this as it creates enigma for my target market, as they will want to find out more about what she's looking at. In my magazine, I followed conventions as I have displayed the antagonist on the front cover of the magazine, as I found that this was a convention that was regularly used amongst existing magazines in this genre. For example, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Scream. I have also used the same colours throughout the poster magazine and my trailer, making them my house colours. The colours that I used were black, white and red, as this was voted for from my target market, as I carried out a questionnaire to find out this information to make the products more appealing for them. Also, they are conventional colours due to their connotations. For example, the colour black would connote danger and create enigma, as black can hide certain things. White is used to connote the innocence of the protagonist, hope and many other, and red is used to connote the blood and murder, but used with different colours could produce a connotation of love and romance. Also, I found during my research that Entertainment Weekly used these colours for their Scream cover, and Scream did this for their Halloween 3 cover and Nightmare on Elm Street 3 cover. I found that these colours were conventionally used within the slasher genre, either alone or together, and I have incorporated them into my media products to give the audience a clear understanding of the genre. I have used these colours in the masthead, tagline and billing block, institutional information and trailer, and many more. During the process of developing my magazine, I could not use only my house colours, as it is conventional for Fangoria to use bright and colourful colours to make the cover line stand out and catch the consumer's eye, but not for the genre that I was portraying, and so therefore this aspect of the magazine was developed around the institution of the magazine. Fortunately, the conventional colour for Fangoria is red, white and black, which are also my house colours, which makes it linked to my genre clearly. On existing magazines, the barcode and website are put in different areas on the page, and so there is no set way, and so I used the magazine that I analysed for inspiration and found that the original positioning fit neatly with the page layout, and so I use this in my own magazine. But I found that I have developed Fangoria's house style, as they tend to have a complicated house style with a lot of overlapping of the cover lines and images across the main image, making it a messy house style. In my magazine, I've used conventional clothing for an antagonist as it is a black hoodie which does not reveal the gender or reveal the identity of the antagonist, keeping it a mystery for the viewers. I've also used a knife as the murder weapon. This prop is conventional as it would create a lot of bloodshed when it is used, which is what is expected from the viewers for a slasher film. The black background also hides the structure of the body to hide the gender of the antagonist. In my media package, I've developed conventions as I have not used a shot from the trailer or the film as an image on my magazine on the front cover, like Fangoria's cover for Friday the 13th. But in my magazine cover, I have an image of the antagonist, and I have used a dark image to connote evil and danger. The knife in the image is glistening to make it stand out on the page, to display that this is a murder weapon used throughout the slasher film. I decided to use this image as it covers the identity of the antagonist, as he is dressed in black and you can only see the top of the hoodie to represent that it is a costume worn in the film. Also, a hoodie is a unisex item of clothing and so does not reveal the gender of the character to create enigma, and my target market would want to watch the film to find out. I've challenged forms and conventions whilst producing my magazine cover, as I've not added an issue number, which I found unnecessary as it already included a date next to the masthead, so it is small but noticed by the audience. My trailer followed conventions as it used Todrov's theory, as it opened with an equilibrium stage, then developed into the distribution, and then it shows the beginning of the recognition and resolution, but does not reveal it all to keep the viewers interested. I've also used Carol J. Clover's theory, as I've used the final female character, which is also conventional, as women are seen usually as being weak and vulnerable. I've challenged the stereotype by following conventions, as I have portrayed the tomboy and is ready to fight back, which is becoming more conventional in horror genres to promote the equality, and it is also a stock character in the genre, as films such as Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Final Destination 3, and many more have also used this. Another convention that I've used is the use of typography throughout the trailer to break it up into sections and to keep the audience's attention. I'm following the colour scheme as it is in red on a black background to connote the bloodshed included in the actual film, which is conventional as it links together all of the media products, as the colours are used throughout and are associated with the film. Within the trailer, I use voiceovers of screams, sound effects, and dialogue to make them clear to hear, as I found when filming the voices were not as clear due to the lack of a microphone to pick up the sound, although I found that these were also commonly used to bridge two scenes together. The sound effects were used to imitate the weather, as I wanted it to look as if it was raining and there was thunder, so I filmed in the rain and then added them in the effect on Final Cut to make the sound more distinct. To make the genre stand out, I used the creaking door sound effect to connote that something bad is about to happen, which is conventionally used. For example, this is used in Halloween, and to connote that the door has not been open for a long time, as she is in an abandoned factory. These are all conventional for me to use to make certain sounds and thoughts stand out to the audience and to reveal more about the character and the narrative in the trailer. Also, I followed conventions by using a conventional location for the killings to take place, as it is in an abandoned factory. I know that this is conventional, as this is a common place used in all subgenres of horror, and the safe places were seen in her home, as it correlates to the audiences, as most people view their home as being safe and welcoming. They will be able to relate to this emotion shown in the trailer. For example, Scream uses a house, but the killing can sometimes be seen at a school in Scream 4, which is also seen as a safe area, but it challenges these thoughts for the audience. Another film that uses an abandoned location is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which uses a cabin in the middle of nowhere, so there is less chance of escape. I developed conventions in my trailer by using high key lighting to provide a clear view of the protagonist in the bathroom, so we can clearly see the antagonist behind her, but there is also some dim lit scenes included to provide variation to hold the audience's attention. I have also used fades throughout when the captions are shown, which is not conventionally used, but I thought that a different edit would break up the trailer from the regular use of cuts which are conventionally displayed within a slasher film. I have also used background music throughout the entire trailer, as I thought that the slow-paced aspects complemented the slow-paced music, and the fast-paced made the audience more involved as their heart rate sped up, which is what I intended to happen, which is also not conventional. I have also developed the conventions on the use of sound in my trailer, as the scream bridges into the caption displaying the billing block and the institution information, which is unusual as it is commonly background music that fades out at this point, but I decided to change this to capture the audience's attention one last time. Media products challenged conventions, as at the end of my trailer I displayed footage of the protagonist's fight back scene, which is not conventional to be displayed after the institution information in a real slasher trailer. I did this as it captures the audience's attention as she is picking up a baseball bat, showing that she is about to fight back, but that they will have to watch the film to see if she actually survives or not. And this will advertise the product more due to people talking about it and it being the conversation topic. So my target market will want to see the film that everyone is talking about, resulting in a higher revenue for my institution Dimension Films. I also challenged convention by not completely following Todd Rudd's theory, as I did not include much of the equilibrium as it went straight to the disruption quite early in the trailer, but in the film it will reveal more of the equilibrium so they will have a greater understanding of the plot of this film.